So it's that time of the week again, and this episode is actually a little different. Um, first of all, there's no music because of my stupid little brother. The PS3 got taken out of the room even though I didn't do anything, and that can't play music now. Obviously, since it's not in here, and I'm using my iPod to film, so I don't think I can play music from that either while I'm doing this. Sorry, but it's just quiet, I guess. Um, but yeah, this episode is going to be a little different for another reason because it's actually a really bad time of the year for me right now because my great grandmother, she died 1 year ago as of Friday. So she got really sick on February 1st, 2012, and she just wasn't doing too good, and she lasted like a couple weeks, but she died, so. And we were really close, so it's kind of a really bad time right now. Anyway, enough about depressing crap, because I feel like I'm gonna cry now, but aside from that, I actually do have a story. I don't know how long this will take me, so I might have a second story afterwards. But, this actually happened yesterday in math. We were doing this graphing quadratics thing. AKA stuff I have no freaking clue how to do. So, yeah, we were doing that. And, the teacher, Mr. O'Neill, as I call him, it's O'Neill, but I call him O'Neill because you cannot have a last name like that. You cannot have a last name like O'Neill and not expect me to call you O'Neill, okay? That's just not going to happen. That's not going to happen. You are going to be called Mr. O'Neill. Anyway, as he was writing crap and stuff on the board, and I'm using my right hand, that's weird. Okay, anyway, I keep getting off topic because I'm still trying not to cry, but, so he, was writing stuff on the board, and he was like, when blah 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 goes in one direction, and I was like, I was zoning out, but when I heard that, I nearly screamed, I'm not even kidding you. I just, jumped in my seat. I just, jumped. And he was like, I'm gonna shift hands again because using my right hand to, motion and stuff feels weird. I'm a lefty, so this feels more natural. Anyway, he, looked at me, and I had this huge grin on my face. I had this huge grin on my face. And he was like, Brittany, and I was like still freaking out, so I couldn't really respond without screaming. So I just looked at him, and he looked at me, and he was like, what's wrong? And somehow I managed to say it without screaming. I don't know how I managed to say it without screaming, but I managed. I was like, you said One Direction. You said One Direction. And he was like, yeah, so the blah 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 line goes in one direction, either up or down or whatever. And I was like, One Direction, the band. And he was like, I am not even kidding you. He was like, uh-oh. He knew what was coming because he knows I call him Mr. O'Neill. And he has a dad named Kevin. Big Kev. So his dad's named Kevin, and he tells us stories about his dad a lot. So I go insane in that class, okay? It's how can you not expect me to not go insane in that class? He was like, oh god, because we talk about them a lot in that class because obviously you know why now. So I was like, and I like started rambling on about them. Like I would not stop talking at all. And the, the rest of the class was just like, ugh. Except for these like two girls. There were like two girls who I'm not really friends with all that much, but they're directioners. So they were like backing me up the whole time. They were like legit backing me up. And they were like, so the three of us, we were like talking about One Direction, and he was like trying to get our mind back on math and algebra and algebra and quadratic equation graphing crap. But of course now everybody was like thinking we were insane and nobody was really paying attention to him. So we had this whole entire discussion for like 50 minutes of the class. So our classes are 70 minutes long, 50 minutes. We only have 20 minutes left. And those first 20 minutes were the 20 minutes were the first 20 minutes of class, aka the time before he said One Direction and made that fatal mistake. No, not fatal, I'm kidding. But, so, yeah, that was pretty interesting. So, yeah. This video is almost 7 minutes long. I don't know if I should. I don't think I can because I still feel like I'm gonna cry. So, sorry this video is short. I know the last one was kind of short too. But hey, luckily for you, you don't have to see my ugly face for freaking 11 minutes. Just 7 this time. Okay, love you guys. See you next week. Bye.